The most dangerous water slides in the world. This water slide was designed to have a loop at the end. When it was tested though, riders had injuries. Many had nosebleeds and a dummy was even decapitated. However, they still opened it to the public. When one woman got stuck on the loop, they finally closed it down. This water slide drops you 60 feet vertically and is known as the leap of faith. You can also be sent through a hammerhead and shark lagoon too. The sharks will come inches from the glass right up next to you. The tallest water slide in the world is the Zodiac. This shoots you out at 70 miles per hour. When a 10-year-old boy's raft went airborne though, he passed away and the slide was brought into question. The owner lied when he said he didn't know what happened. There had been no safety regulations and the owner knew it, so the owner got charged with second-degree murder.
Disturbing facts that might ruin your day. There have been at least 2 fatal plane crashes due to wasps. We are all spending more than 6 hours a day on our phones, which is more than 25% of our entire existence. There are job applications out there that are only for collecting data. This is why large companies have positions that they never actually seem to hire. This wildlife painter from the 1800s would eat all of the birds that he painted. Bald eagles, owls, sparrows, robins, whooping cranes. 5,000 mail carriers are attacked by dogs every year. A 6-year-old's family thought he was too friendly with strangers, so they had a coworker that was a stranger to the boy hold him in a truck for 4 hours before lecturing him about stranger danger. Half of all plastic in the world has been created in the last 15 years. Crayons have a derivative of beef fat called stearic acid that is also what gives it its waxy smell. Loneliness can be as harmful to somebody's health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
We have a massive update on the people that were stuck upside down for over an hour. And this will make you never want to ride a ride ever again. So this took place during a middle school field trip in Portland, Oregon. And the full story behind this gets insane. Because not only are people saying that they're never going on a roller coaster again, but that the people that were stuck upside down for so long are going to have permanent effects. Because they were on so long, and even doctors have been saying that this is going to have a lot of issues. Because with too much blood to the brain, but now the people that were on the ride are finally talking about it. This guy just said that it was really scary. This guy said, still bleeping suffering from severe migraines due to being trapped upside down for 26 minutes at Oaks Park. Another person says, I was on this ride at Oaks Park with my little brother. He fainted and still has a migraine. We were forced to finish the ride, which was awful. But this guy, Stu, left the funniest comment I've ever seen. Oh, isn't Stu so funny?
World's most dangerous attractions. Let's go. This Gap Bridge in China, located in the province of Chongqing, this theme park is known for its dangerous attractions, such as this Gap Bridge hanging 500 feet above the ground. Your goal is to walk across it without falling, but don't worry, you're held by a harness. This cliff swing in the same park. You get to sit on the swing over this 1,000 feet cliff. The ride lasts around 5 minutes, and apparently you get to enjoy this amazing view. Caminito del Rey in Spain. This one is definitely not made for people that are scared of heights. You'll have to hike for around 4.8 miles in scary conditions. From broken paths to walking on metal bars, it reminds me of the game Uncharted. Cave diving in the Equitacni River. This river is located in Florida, which allows you to dive in a very long but narrow cave, with some holes sometimes smaller than your hips. Don't go there if you have claustrophobia.
Here are some secrets hidden in everyday things. And have you ever wondered why movie theater seats are usually red? That's because in the 18th century, Italian opera houses had red seats. And this was a way to attract wealthy theater goers. Not only that, but red also has a longer wavelength for our eyes to detect. And this makes it harder to see in the dark. So when the lights go down in the movie theater, it'll all be dark. Now, bread tags actually do a lot more than just sealing the bread in the package. The different colors actually let employees know when to stock the bread. But it can also help us customers shop smarter, because each color represents a different day of the week that the bread was baked. Blue for Mondays, green for Tuesdays, red for Thursdays, white for Fridays, and yellow for Saturdays. So next time you shop for bread, make sure you pick the one that's the freshest.
There is so much toxic pollution in Pakistan right now that it can literally be seen
from space. This was Pakistan's Punjab province and parts of northwest India in August, and this is what it looks like right now. And let me just put this into perspective. According to IQ Air, which tracks global air quality, a reading above 300 is considered hazardous to a person's health. But the air quality index in Pakistan's second largest city on Monday was 1,200. Schools and government offices have been ordered to close. There's been a ban on all outdoor activities, and tens of thousands of people are being treated for respiratory issues. In fact, recently India's air pollution has been found to be so bad that experts have warned that this smog could take years off of the lives of hundreds of millions of people. And if you're wondering where the hell does this smog come from? Well, it comes from a number of pollutants, including farmers burning waste, coal-fired power plants, traffic, factories, and most recently, Diwali, which saw millions of people celebrate by lighting fireworks and crackers.
The Zodiac signs that were born were to be millionaires, and the Zodiac signs that were not. Capricorns are hustlers. They work hard, and they always get the bag. No distractions, just business. CEOs in the making. Fun-loving Sagittarius. You love adventure, and we love that about you. But let's be real. Spending on travel and experiences might leave that bank account a little empty. But hey, you're rich in life experiences. Leos are natural leaders. They thrive in the spotlight, and we know money follows fame, right? They're not just here to get rich. They're here to be icons. Dreamy Pisces, you've got big ideas, but sometimes reality hits hard. Unless someone's out here funding your dreams, you might want to get those finances in check. Scorpios? Oh, they play the long game. They know how to invest, save, and strike when the moment's just right. Silent millionaires. Gemini, you've got all the ideas, but staying consistent with one plan? That's where the problem is. You might start the next big thing, but will you finish it? Follow for part 2.
You can only ride this roller coaster once. This guy designed a roller coaster called the Euthanasia coaster, and is capable of holding up to 24 passengers. Once everyone's on board, it starts slowly ascending up a massive hill, which is the tiniest bit smaller than the tallest building in America. Once the roller coaster is at the top, it gives everybody the decision to turn back. Once everybody clicks the button, it goes down the hill at 300 miles an hour and then goes through 7 different hoops, each getting smaller and smaller. It's designed like this so riders maintain 10 Gs of force for 60 seconds. Everyone on the roller coaster's blood would rush to their feet, leaving no more blood in their brain. This causes them to lose their vision and eventually black out and die. And it's designed for people with uncurable diseases who wanted an unpainful death. Like and subscribe for more daily facts.
Normal looking photos that have a disturbing backstory. The girl in this photo was arrested for torturing and killing animals. She filmed herself doing it and even posted it online. She hanged her dogs by their collars, nailed them to walls, and even shot them with an airsoft gun. She would then cut them open and rip out their internal organs. This sweet looking little girl is Jeannie, also known as the Wild Child, who spent the first 13 years of her life chained to a chair, and this photo was taken moments after she'd just been rescued. This normal looking scenic painting features the ocean with the night sky. However, it was painted by Adolf Hitler, whose dream in life was to become an artist. However, he failed the entrance exam to art school and ultimately gave up. This photo of Richard Hickok and Perry Smith shows 2 murders after hearing that they'd been sentenced to death. They murdered a family of 4 and planned to rob them, but they found nothing worth stealing except for a mere $50. The girl on the left is wearing a wire. The girl on the right has no idea. Together they stabbed one of their friends to death, and the girl on the left confessed to the police and is now cooperating with them. Besides the pixelation, this looks like a couple getting married surrounded by their loved ones. However, all the children in this photo were horribly physically and mentally abused until a couple of them managed to escape.
News that will give you hope. This woman swept out to sea while at the beach was rescued after 37 hours of drifting over 50 miles in an inflatable swim ring. Overdoses have decreased for the first time in over 5 years. This stranger saved a 4-year-old from a flying puck at a hockey game. Every country has now banned the use of leaded gasoline in cars, with Algeria being the last one a couple years ago. Bruno was able to get a fresh start and a new life after 473 days in a shelter. A study of over 2 million people found that eating cheese is healthy for aging because of the lower stress that you experience in life. The amount of sugar consumed by kids in the United Kingdom halved in 1 year after a sugar tax was introduced. Scientists have developed a glowing dye that sticks to cancer cells, which helps scientists prevent cancer from coming back. This nearly extinct pupfish has hit a 25-year high with their population. There are less than 200 of them in one single cave in the Mojave Desert of Nevada.
Signs that are angels and
Stumbled across one of these historical items, you'd be an instant billionaire. Head to this temple in Kerala, India, and you'll make a lot of money because the last person that opened a chamber here found over $20 billion worth of treasure inside. But there's a catch. No one will open the 2 remaining vaults because according to local legend, they're protected by 2 giant serpents. So if snakes aren't your thing, then perhaps try looking for the Tsar's lost treasure. Just off the coast of the beautiful Nantucket Island is a ship carrying billions worth of gold. Grab a scuba set and try, but be warned because the shipwreck is over 80 meters deep and is infested with sharks. And finally, keep your eyes open for this skull, the Peking Man. First found in World War II, the skull is one of the most important fossils to ever be found. But the thing is, we lost it. It was last seen in 2 carefully packed crates leaving China. So if you find it, kindly bring it back and earn yourself hundreds of millions.
The most dangerous water slides in the world. This water slide was designed to have a loop at the end. However, when it was tested, riders had injuries. Many of them had nosebleeds and a dummy was even decapitated. However, they still went on to open it to the public. But when one woman got stuck on the loop, they finally closed it down. Next, this water slide drops you 60 feet vertically. It's called the Leap of Faith. You're also sent through a shark lagoon. The sharks will swim inches away from the glass right next to you.
Scary things hidden in photos.
Just a girl walking alone. But wait, she is holding someone's hand. Who is that? Siblings posing for photo. Freddy Krueger. Just friends taking picture after duty. Who is she? Normal photo of girl sitting in a bench. Slenderman was standing behind her. Just a photo of man. Who's that behind the door? Just a girl photo? Look closely. Just a normal photo at wedding. Who is that?
How to know your zodiac sign. Aries, March 21st to April 19th. Taurus, April 20th to May 20th. Gemini, May 21st to June 20th. Cancer, June 21st to July 22nd. Leo, July 23rd to August 22nd. Virgo, August 23rd to September 22nd. Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd. Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. Sagittarius, November 22nd to December 21st. Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. Aquarius, January 20th to February 18th. Pisces, February 19th to March 20th. Now you know your zodiac sign, drop it on the comment, and find your zodiac mate. Don't forget to give me a follow.
Gruesome Facts You Didn't Know, Part 212. In March of 1981, photographer Carl McCunn paid a bush pilot to fly him to a remote lake in Alaska. He packed plenty of supplies and planned to stay until August, but Carl made a fatal error. He forgot to plan a flight to pick him up. When he didn't return, worried friends had an Alaskan state trooper go and check on him. When the plane found his camp, it circled around and saw Carl waving a red bag in the air. The trooper believed he was signaling in a casual manner and didn't require any help, and he actually left. It wasn't long until Carl realized he had made another fatal error. he gave the pilot the wrong signal. As winter approached and his supplies dwindled, he considered walking the 75 miles to Fort Yukon. But in his current state, he decided against this. A week before Christmas, on December 18th, he decided to end his own life to avoid starving to death.
Dirty facts about history that school probably didn't teach you, Part 2. A French president died from a blowjob. My man Felix Faure literally got his soul sucked out of him. He was both coming and going. The deadliest female serial killer in American history had murdered 35 people with an axe by the time she was 18 years old. When the ruler of Poland, Jadwiga, was considering a marriage proposal from the Grand Duke of Lithuania, her peers were worried because it was rumored that he had massive genitals and would kill his wife on the wedding night. They ended up sending 2 spies to Lithuania to find out if it was true, and they came back and happily reported that there was nothing to worry about. Powdered wigs were originally invented to cover up head sores caused by syphilis. The first person to examine semen under a microscope was Antony van Leeuwenhoek, the father or daddy of microbiology.
People are sending me creepy videos all the time. What would you do if you saw this woman while walking alone at night? What the f*** was that?
Nope, not a new character. Just a super rare character that you'll probably never see. Meet the bush dog. Now at first glance, it looks like a little bear or Wolverine, but it's actually a 12-inch tall, fully carnivorous canine that's found in the Amazon. And like most canines, they're pack hunters, which makes them the smallest pack hunting canine in the world. They're basically what a Chihuahua wishes they could be. Not to mention, they hunt things like birds and rodents and even capybara. But the cool part is not what they hunt, it's how they hunt. Basically, the pack splits up into 2 groups when it comes time to hunt. One group stays on land, and the other group jump in water. They're really good in water. And the ones on land will find a prey and begin the chase. And usually the instincts of an animal who's running from a predator is to jump in water. You see where this is going? Once they jump in that water, they get ambushed. That will be their last mistake. I didn't know 12 inches could be so deadly. Other than that, we don't know too much else about them. Humans almost never see them. And as always, follow for more facts.
The strangest fact about each zodiac sign. Okay, firstly, it's scientifically proven that if you're a Gemini, you're good at lying. So the next time you're around a Gemini, you might not want to believe everything they say. Alright, next, if you're a Taurus, the strangest fact about you guys is you all are known to be stalkers. The scary thing is, you might never know they're doing this. Now, this one creeps me out. Out of all the signs, Scorpios are the ones who have the most dark and creepy thoughts. But my question is, what do you all be thinking about? Well, if that wasn't bad enough, Cancers are proven to be the most dangerous. They get arrested the most, and the crimes are usually pretty serious. I'm sorry to say, but if you're a Leo, it's proven that you guys are the worst drivers. Finally, this is probably the most unusual fact of them all. If you're an Aries, it's said that you are obsessed with death. This just doesn't sit right with me.
Hot take, not gonna apologize for it. 1v1, a Wolverine would whoop a honey badger's ass. Streets made this aggressive bowl cut the face of Black Air Force energy. Old time the Wolverine's the CEO of Cell Block D tendencies. First of all, they're more than capable of hunting for themselves, but some dudes can't be bothered to get their own bread. Instead, they gotta steal from the baker. And by baker, I mean they'll tax animals like wolves, cougars, even bears. Let me remind you, they're about the size of a medium dog, yet the crackhead Courage can have an overgrown canyon cat backpedaling. And you thought honey badgers were on timing. And they are, but Wolverines, where else are you gonna find a war weasel 2v1ing a pair of wolves? But don't get it twisted, they can hunt, and they are very good at it. They've been known to murk moose by either going after one that's already injured or one stuck in the snow, since felony ferret's like a psychopath with snowshoes. And they'll track you down and run your fade like John Wick. This reindeer was injured and likely bleeding, so the travel-sized bear followed it and delivered smoke directly to the face like a cigarette. They've also been known to eat porcupines, or at least die trying. And you can even find a story of a Wolverine packing up a polar bear. Yeah, it was at a zoo, but that's still a fat W. Wolverines have this really bad habit of whenever they find something that doesn't belong to them, they'll immediately soak it with the smell of death, strong enough to make you cry fresh from its brown eye. A smell so offensive they've been nicknamed Skunk Bear. There have been stories of them breaking into cabins, blowing up the place like a truck stop bathroom, and walking out with like a sock or something. Almost forgot, this walking garbage disposal has rotated molars in the back of its mouth, meaning they can chew through solid bone and frozen meat. I'm sorry, but a motivated skunk monkey is absolutely folding an Oreo-coated temper tantrum, but that's just me.
The weirdest things found underwater, part 1. On June 18th, 2021, a woman named Jennifer Dowker was diving in the Sheboygan River in Michigan when she found a stuffed bottle. Inside it was a letter from 1926 which stated, "Will the person who finds this bottle return this paper to George Morrow in Sheboygan, Michigan, and tell where it was found." Jennifer then posted it on social media and it went viral. After some time, George Morrow's daughter saw it and contacted her and said that her dad must have placed the message in the bottle when he was just 18 years old. And in 1944, a boy from Estonia noticed tank tracks leading into a lake, and he saw air bubbles rising to the surface for 2 months straight. He waited for a while, but then moved on. However, decades later, he suddenly remembered that incident and told others about his memories, including the leader of the War History Club. This led to a recovery in 2000 of a Soviet T-34 World War II tank, which had been underwater since 1944.